right, welcome back to familiar territory. And I'm not just talking about 15-mile-an-hour wind. We're back here at the Pioneer Valley Regional High School baseball field. Tyler Borbo, Lou Bordeaux here, bringing you the play-by-play action of this game. Pioneer Panthers back at home hosting the Athol Bears on this very beautiful but windy Monday afternoon. Lou, thank you so much for being here with me.
Oh, always a pleasure, Tyler, and good afternoon, everybody. After that long bus ride on Saturday, and the Panthers coming away with the 12-1 victory over Turners Falls. As Tyler said, back here in the friendly confines this afternoon. We're going to see O.C. Ballard get the ball for the Panthers. Mauricio Hinono behind the plate today. Got a few lineup changes. Everybody trying to get a little rest in. We'll go around the defensive lineup. For your Panthers, at first base today, Evan Tipeniuk. Second base, Aaron Muse. Shortstop is Brody Welcome. Jacoby Stumpo over at third. Left to right in the outfield, Tad Loud in left field today. Hodis, Hayden Gerard patrolling the hayfield in center field. And Tommy Clary right in front of us in right field. As Tyler said, breezy at game time, but nice, beautiful spring day otherwise. Temperature right around 70 degrees.
Ball is fair. Looks like kind of thought that was going to be foul. And ball comes loose. Looks like the batter first pitch was a single down the third base line, but looks like the grass might have gobbled up the momentum, and that with a wild throw that got him over to second base.
Yeah, that was Alex Levine. First pitch swinging. And it is hard to see that left field foul line from our position over here. But Alex is on second base now, first pitch of the ball game. Another one out there. That's Ethan Hewer. Two pitches and Athol is on the board. Stand-up double for Ethan Hewer.
Boy, what a great start for the Athol Bears. I mean, they're definitely showing up here and starting strong. They fell to the Panthers hosting them earlier on in the season. So I think definitely coming into this hoping to get a little taste of vengeance after that first game.
Another first pitch swing. This is Eli Ween, the catcher. He fouls that one down the third base line into foul territory. Tad Loud retrieves, throws it back in. Athol had a rough start to the season, but they've won 2 out of their last 3 contests, including one over Turners Falls just before the Cooperstown game. Lost to Tech last Wednesday, 8-5. Another one ripped into left field. Hewer holds up at third base. Ween on at first with a single. Bears pouring it on early. O.C. Ballard wants a different baseball. Coach Kevin Leopold going to come out to try and settle things down. This was certainly not the start that any of the Panthers anticipated. As we look at Athol over their last 5 games, they defeated Turners Falls on Friday by a 3-2 score. As I said, lost to Franklin Tech last Wednesday, 8-5, and got their first win of the season back on the 27th of April when they beat Palmer 11-7. So it seems like Athol's caught some lightning in a bottle over the last week or so.
Well, there have been a little bit of subtleties. I think it's rare, if not the first time, that we're seeing Tad Loud out in left field.
Yeah, and it's hard to say that they're hitting it out there intentionally to test him, but they're just, the Athol batters are really getting around on OC's first few pitches. This is third baseman Oliver Johnston. That one drops in for a strike. Ween steals second. That one's fouled down the left side, out of play. Counts 0-2. If you did not get a chance to join us last Saturday, make sure you check out Bernardston-Northfield Community Television on YouTube and find that game from historic Doubleday Field in Cooperstown, New York.
Oh, it was a blast being out there, and thank you, Lou, for making the trek out there. It was a fantastic, nostalgic game, kind of just being in that same park that so many All-Stars have stood.
Yeah, I haven't had a chance to really research when the major leaguers used to play their Hall of Fame Classic there, but for a ballpark that opened in 1920, there have been many, probably Hall of Famers playing on that very same field, so what an honor to be there. Athol, runners on second and third, nobody out here in the top of the first. Swung on and missed strike three. Mauricio dropped the strike, threw it down to Evo for the put out at first. Runners hold.
Nice job on the awareness, knowing that they needed to get that ball down to first real quick and then make sure to hold the runners so that they could not put anything more on the board.
And this is the left-handed hitting Cooper Smith, playing first base today for Athol. First pitch swing and right back to OC. Look the runner back. ET hustled the ball right in. Runners hold. And as quickly as there were no outs, now there are 2 outs. Runners on second and third.
Well, we'll see if when the inning ends, but just compared to before the meeting on the mound and after, it really looks like Pioneers kind of just settled in and went to work.
Another first pitch swing. Welcome. Over to ET, and that's going to retire the side. For Athol, 1 run, 3 base hits, 2 runners left. In the middle of the first inning, Athol 1, Pioneer coming up. Stay tuned for Panther Baseball right here on BNC TV. Panthers going to get the bottom of the first inning going. Here you see Alex Levine. He is the pitcher today for the Athol Bears, wearing jersey number 7. He's going to face the lineup. Tad Loud going to get things started. Tad's in left field today. He's followed by second baseman Aaron Muse. Batting third is going to be the first baseman Evan Tipeniuk for the Panthers. Productive first inning for Athol. Seemed like everybody was first pitch swinging there, showing a really aggressive batting style up there. Spider, Tyler. Got him.
Oh, nice.
You can write about that in the recorder.
It's not it's not enough room on the scaffolding for all of us.
That's for sure. 1-1 on Tad. Pounds that one into the ground. Foul. Just outside third base. Counts 1-2. This is outside, bounces to the backstop. It's 2-2. Up high, full count. That stiff wind is blowing out towards right field currently. Things are bound to change here in Northfield, though. And it's in the dirt for ball 4. Loud works a walk onto first base. Here's Aaron Muse. Aaron takes strike 1.
And Aaron had an incredible game on Saturday out at Cooperstown. Went 4 for 4, I believe.
Well, it's funny you mentioned that. I was just getting my scorecard out because I wanted to say the same thing. 1 ball and 1 strike on Aaron. Got paper flying everywhere now. Yeah, right you are. 4 for 4 on Saturday. Scored 3 runs. Drove in a couple. As you want to say, that's a good day at the office.
No, it absolutely was. And, you know, Pioneer Bats were working overtime on Saturday. And,
yeah, I did talk to Turner's coach, Scott Minkler, after the game, and he said that was one of the things that has plagued his pitching staff all season is when their control is on, they're among the best in Western Mass, but more often than not, lined into left field. That's a base hit. Loud holds at second. Panthers get their first 2 runners on, setting the stage for Evan Tipeniuk. But Coach Minkler was telling me that the Turner's pitchers have had a hard time finding the zone and getting a lot of the pitches up. And as we talk about all the time, Tyler, you know, when it's up around the eyes, it's hard to lay off, but if it's coming in around shoulder height, that's always going to get ripped, and the Panthers certainly showed that on Saturday. Popped up, Cooper Smith puts it away in foul territory. That's the first out of the inning. Runners hold their position on first and second. That'll bring up the shortstop, Brody Welcome. Good pitch by Levine for strike 1. the bow on it on Saturday for the Panthers, driving in 2 runs with a big double. Again, if you weren't able to see it, please check it out on YouTube on the Bernardston-Northfield Community Television channel.
And of course, special thank you to the Turners Falls team. It's my understanding that just kind of the application to use Doubleday Field out at Cooperstown is kind of happening through them. So, being able to be part of that game is largely due to Turners. So really appreciate their, them going through the work to make that happen. I'm sure their boys appreciate it, and we at BNC TV do too.
Foul ball bounces off the roof of the school bus over there. Counts 1-2. It's up high, 2-2 on Brody. I know during the course of the game in Cooperstown, we were talking about different historical facts about the ball yard. Laid off of that one, he works a full count. And I did mention the Savannah Bananas had played out there in 2023. They finished up their world tour. Well, yesterday's obsession was looking for as much as I could about that game on YouTube. And pounded into the ground. Foul ball. And Tyler, of course, you know the distance from Doubleday Field over to the Hall of Fame. Well, the line to get in for that Savannah Bananas game went from the entrance of Doubleday Field all the way to the Hall of Fame and beyond.
Wow.
It was pretty crazy. And there was no parking out front. The Bananas had all their pop-ups and everything out there. Fly ball out to right field. Maddox Green puts it away. Tad Loud tags and advances to third. Maddox Green, one of our Green Wave ice hockey players in the winter. Going to be called upon next season. There he is. 2 Ds, 3 Es. Going to be a key part of the defense next season. Brings up Hodis, Hayden Girard. Panthers Aaron Muse takes second base. I was about to say runners on the corners, but he changed that on me. In a hurry. Jaws caught the inside corner. Ready to get underway in the second inning. Enyert Cepeda, the center fielder, leading off for the Bears. He's going to be followed by Maddox Green and Aiden Lashua here in the top of the second inning. Athol on top 1-0. That one's inside, just missed him. Athol very aggressive at the plate in the first inning. It seemed like everybody was first pitch swinging. Ballard with a big breaking pitch there. 1-1. Cepeda's leaning into the plate, but that caught the inside corner. Great location by Ballard. That one hit him.
Well,
looks like he's okay. And he's on to first base after being hit by that pitch. This brings up the right fielder, Maddox Green. Good pitch on the outside corner, strike one. Maddox playing right field today for Athol. Had a put out in the bottom of the first. Runners off. In safely. Ball gets away. Aaron Muse picks it up. No further damage. But with that wind swirling the way it does here, Tyler, you could see Green having a hard time following that ball. It started to turn one way, then turned another. Made that put out. Counts 1-1. That's a fair ball ripped into left field. That's a base hit. Puts Athol runners on the corners with nobody out here in the second. Brings up the DH, Aiden Lashua. Green's going. Throw down to second's cut off by Brody Welcome. He was hoping to catch Cepeda heading for home. No dice. Now Athol with runners on second and third with nobody out. Mounting their second big threat of the game. Foul tip. Counts 0-2. Just outside. Ball and 2 strikes. Pitcher Alex Levine is on deck. Swung on and missed, strike 3. Hanono puts the tag on. It's a big strikeout by Osi.
No, very important strikeout. Coming back to the top of the batting order, and after what we just saw in the first inning, we'll see if the Bears can recreate that. And already having 2 runners on base.
And again, OC doesn't like the feel of that baseball. Umpire puts it right back in his ball bag, so that'll return to the fray in no time. Sliced into right field. It's over Tommy Clary's head. Two more Athol runs scored. It's 3-0.
Boy, excellent hit.
Second big hit of the day for Alex Levine. Clears the bases. He's on by himself now at second. One out. This is Ethan Hewer, the second baseman. No, does a good job keeping the ball in front of him. Good pitch by Ballard. Stumpo's got it. Scooped over at first base by Tippanyuk. Runner advances over to third. Two outs in the Athol second inning.
Athol's really doing a great job of getting the bat on the ball, putting it out in play, and doing their thing. I wasn't able to witness what that game was at Athol, but definitely seems like they have really come together as a team.
Yeah, and I think you look back at their 3 games last week. Their only loss 8-5 to Tech. And Tech is a really good team. That one's popped straight up. Hanono's there. Puts it away, and that's going to retire the side. In the second inning for Athol, 2 runs, 2 base hits, 1 runner left. In the middle of the second inning, Athol leads this one 3-0. Please check out our sponsors and don't go anywhere. We've got more Panther baseball coming up right here on PNC TV. Mauricio Hinono going to get things started off for the Panthers here in the bottom of the second inning. Athol on top 3-0. Hinono's going to be followed by O.C. Ballard and Tommy Clary here in the second. That one's up high for ball one. Mauricio doing the catching today for the Panthers. Takes strike one on the outside corner. Good location by Levine. Cutter inside for a ball, 2-1. Tried the same thing, 3-1. Right back up the middle for a base hit. Levine had to do the old soft shoe to get out of the way of that one. Hit the mound, rolled into center field. Cepeda got the ball back in. And the Panthers have their leadoff hitter on here in the second. This is O.C. Ballard about to step in. Strike one on the Panther pitcher.
Well, last time, correct me if I'm wrong, last time we were here at home at the Pioneer Valley Fields, O.C. Ballard cranked a solid one over the left field fence.
Yes, he did. That one's fouled down the right side.
Let's see if he can find his pitch again. Being back at home. These guys haven't, not just with Cooperstown, they haven't played at home for about a week.
Low in the dirt, and Mauricio ran. He's in safely at second base. Last time the Panthers were here at home was back on April 24th when Division III Weston came out here. And Dom St. Andre makes a nice play there. Throws O.C. out at first. Hinono's got a hold at second on that one. One out. This is Tommy Clary. Popped up on the left side. Third baseman Oliver Johnston gets that on the outfield grass.
Sorry about that. Followed the wrong player. The excellent hustle by the left fielder really made me think that the ball was heading deeper than it was.
Yeah, my eyes jumped off the monitor. I went right to the left fielder because I thought it had a little more velocity than that.
Well, the tough thing is when you can't see the ball, you try to read the player's motions to see where the ball is coming down.
This is Asa Stebbins. He's going to be the designated hitter today for Pioneer. Takes that one up high. It's 1-1.
Asa Stebbins, a middle schooler for Pioneer. He is, I've talked about him before, but, you know, back in September, was asking me, hey, Tyler, you going to take baseball? So he's been thinking about baseball since the beginning of the school year. And,
Excellent.
a student athlete like that that's already thinking about spring sports, I think he's going to be somebody you're to want to watch out for as the years move on.
Takes that one up high. It's 2-2. Oh. Called strike 3. That must have been a perfect location on that one.
I think that was exactly the kind of pitch that they say you got to be careful, you got to protect, because that could have gone either way and be justified.
So for the Panthers in the second, no runs, 1 base hit, 1 runner left. We've got 2 innings complete here in Northfield. Athol on top, 3-0. Stay with us for more Panther baseball right here on BNC TV. Oliver Johnston going to lead off for the Athol Bears here in the top of the third. Athol on top 3-0 at this point. O.C. Ballard on the mound today for Pioneer. Athol swinging some aggressive bats so far. Again, first pitch swinging. O.C. took a little off that one, 0-1. Oliver struck out his first time up. Put out was Hanono to Tippanyuk after the third strike was dropped. It's fisted over towards the Athol bench. 0-2. Johnston held off on that one. Breaking ball just tailed away. 1 ball and 2 strikes. That was popped straight up. It's in foul territory. ET's there. He puts that away.
Boy, Nice hustle by Tippanyuk to get underneath that. You know, the way you've been hearing the wind and the way we've been feeling it, feel like that was a little extra fancy footwork to keep track of where the ball was moving, what was up in the air.
And that's a good, well, we just had a really good camera shot there because you could see the treetops still moving around quite a bit here in Northfield. Yeah, it's strike one on Cooper Smith. He's playing first today as the 4:38 goes by. It's outside. Smith grounded out to the pitcher in the first inning. Counts 2 balls, 1 strike. Takes that one inside, 3-1. Yeah, that's ball 4. Looked like Osi was trying to really work the corners there and was just off a little bit. Cooper Smith on first base with a base on balls. Here's the shortstop, Dominic St. Andre. Dom grounded out to shortstop Brody Welcome back in the first inning. Good pitch by OC, strike 1. Throw over to first base. Smith dives back in head first, safely. Good block by Hanono. He throws down to first, trying to catch Smith leaning. Didn't do so. 1-1. Foul tip, inadvertent. St. Andre was trying to get out of the way of that one. Happened to catch it down near the fists. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Enyard Cepeda on deck for Athol. Sweeper outside, it's 2-2. Smith is going. Hanono couldn't get the ball cleanly out of the catcher's mitt. Cooper Smith in with a stolen base. Count goes to 3 balls, 2 strikes, a full count. Popped up foul. Tippanyuk's there to put it away. Runs the ball back in. Second put out of the inning in foul territory for Evo. Brings up center fielder Enyard Cepeda. Cepeda likes to crowd the plate. He got hit by a pitch in the second inning. Scored Athol's second run. Takes that one up high for a ball.
Now, what's the kind of combatants against somebody that, plays the inside of the batter's box? Well, that won't matter.
We'll
until
talk
later.
about that. Hodis puts that away. That's going to retire the side. For Athol in the third inning, no runs, no hits, one base runner left in the middle of the third. Athol 3, Pioneer nothing. Please check out our sponsors and don't go away. We've got more Panther baseball coming up right here on BNC TV and worldwide on YouTube. Bottom of the third inning here in Northfield. So glad you're with us on this Monday afternoon. Tad Loud in left field today. He's going to get things started for the Panthers. One's up high. Alex Levine on the mound for Athol. Strike one right down Broadway. Levine really hasn't had to pitch out of trouble yet today. It's up around the eyes. I think we were just talking about some chin music there, Tyler.
If you didn't say it, I was. We were just having a conversation about the lingo. I think that's textbook chin music right there.
Ripped into left center field. That drops in. That's going to be an extra base hit for Tad Loud. Tad Loud, stand-up double, gets things started for the Panthers here in the third inning.
Boy, he got all of that.
Oh, he sure did.
Found that left center gap, and that went pretty much all the way to the fence. Excellent hit. Nice way to get the Panthers started off in the bottom of the third.
Aaron Muse at the plate. Aaron singled in the first inning. Takes strike one. We were debating the size of the strike zone here in between innings, and looks like it might be a low strike zone today. It's sliced foul out of play down the right side. No vehicles were harmed in the foul of that pitch. Count quickly goes to 0-2 on Aaron Muse. Shortstop in the hole. Makes the nice play to get Aaron over at first base. Loud advances to third for the Panthers. With one out, Evan Tipeniuk going to be coming to bat.
I do believe part of the reason why we see Tad Loud on third base doesn't matter right now with the bunt.
Really nice play by Evan Tipeniuk. He pushed the bunt down the right side. Tad Loud comes in to score. Panthers are on the board with a little bit of small ball. Really good play by Evan Tipeniuk on that. You know, that split second, I was surprised to see him square, but then when he committed to pushing it down the right side, he knew exactly what was going on.
Evan is, of all the players on the team to do it, I feel like Evan has a good, well-rounded IQ, both on defense and offense. And if you were looking for making sure that it wasn't fouled and the ball was placed through the bunt exactly where you needed it to be, Evan is definitely the player who's up to the task.
This is Brody Welcome. Takes another one outside. 2 balls and a strike. Brody flew out to right field in the first inning. We're in the bottom of the third here in Northfield. Called strike 2. It's 2-2. And that's called strike 3. Going to retire the side. Panthers get on the board. 1 run, 1 base hit, nobody left. 3 innings complete here in Northfield. Athol leads 3-1. Stay with us for more Panther baseball right here on BNC TV. Top of the 4th inning here in Northfield. Maddox Green at the plate for Athol. Bears are on top 3-1. He's first pitch swinging. Tad Loud runs in, makes a nice catch in left field. Tad showing that he's not just a catcher anymore. Defensive and offensive specialist. Here's Aiden Lashway, he's the designated hitter. Aiden struck out back in the 2nd inning. Swung it one way outside. Osi fields it. 2 pitches, 2 outs. Threatening your record here, Tyler.
Yeah. Definitely felt. I don't know how you could. I don't know how you can get more outs than 3 pitches. But it definitely looked like the batter kind of knew he didn't want to commit to that swing, and halfway through it kind of brought it around and really didn't like that he made the connection.
Aaron Muse puts it away. 3 pitches, 3 outs.
I can share it. I can share the record.
That is a rare occurrence indeed. So that's it in the 4th for Athol. 3 up, 3 down, nothing across. We're in the middle of the 4th inning. Athol on top, 3-1. Stay with us for more Panther baseball right here on BNC TV. Bottom of the 4th inning here in Northfield. Hayden Girard going to get things started up for the Panthers. His first pitch swinging. I think it's contagious, Tyler. It seems everybody's first pitch swinging today.
Hey, if that first pitch is right where you think you want it and you want to go after it, you know, why not?
And Levine just misses with that one. Counts 1-1. Otis took the big hack at that one. It's 1-2. He popped up to the shortstop in the 1st inning. Panthers scored a great small ball run in the 3rd. That one's up high, 2-1. Just over his head, full count, 3-2. And the pop foul behind home plate, corralled by Eli Ween.
I feel like it's rare we see fly balls go straight up towards the backstop that are, well, catchable, that aren't heading out into the parking lot.
Yeah, we don't see a whole lot of them here, but I was just thinking and looking at the scorecard, we've had quite a few foul pop-outs so far today. Mauricio Hanono, first pitch swinging. He fouls that one off. He singled back in the second inning. Was left stranded after stealing second. Levine took a little off that one. 0-2 on Mauricio. Oh, hit him in the shoulder. Now with an 0-2 count, you don't want to plunk the batter.
You lose that hard work of getting that 0-2 count.
Here's O.C. Ballard. O.C. pitching today for Pioneer. First one gets passed all the way to the backstop. Hinono in to second base on the wild pitch. Opportunity here for O.C. Ballard to help his own cause. Runner in scoring position. Home plate umpire calls time.
And with timeout, and with 1 out, any crank into the outfield could be really a base hit into the outfield could make this a 1-run ball game.
That one's popped straight up. Second baseman Ethan Hewer's right there to put that away. Hinono remains at second base. Tommy Clary going to step in now. Tommy popped up to the third baseman back in the second inning. Same situation though. He's able to get a solid base hit. Panthers could chalk up another run here. Takes that one outside. That one misses just up and in.
Is it just me, or there's some real strange English on that ball?
Yeah, it looked like a cutter. That's a good block by Ween behind the plate. Count goes to 3-0 on Tommy. Yeah, when a right-handed pitcher makes that pitch that breaks in on the right-handed batter, usually it's a cutter.
Interesting. Felt rare to see it kind of slide to the left and then slide to the right.
Yeah, Levine's got some good movement on his pitches. He's been very effective today for Athol. Snuck the fast one by Tommy there. It's a full count now. That sliced inside. Fast-moving ball game here today in Northfield. Top of the 5th inning already. Innings are getting short for Pioneer, down 3-1. Second baseman Ethan Hewer leading off. Ethan is 1 for 2 today. He doubled back in the first inning. Ballard drops that one in for strike 1. That one's off the plate, 1-1. Hewer's going to be followed by catcher Eli Ween and third baseman Oliver Johnston here in the top of the 5th inning. Bears with a 3-1 lead. Just like that, we've got gale force winds here in Northfield. Hewer swung right through that one. It's a full count, 3 balls, 2 strikes. Fouled away to stay alive. Count remains full. Osie's already doubled his pitch count from last inning. Swung on and missed, strike 3. Ballard wins that battle. Brings up the catcher, Eli Ween. Eli singled in the first inning, fouled out to catcher Mauricio Hinono in the second. It's a ball outside. It's popped straight up. Hodis is running in for it. Makes the diving catch. No, they say he trapped it.
He did. Yep, he did. It bounced just underneath him. It was a tall order.
Just where the corner of this monitor is.
Well, I would also say that he might have missed it, but it might have bounced underneath his body, and keeping that ball there made for an easy grab for Tommy stepping out there. Good backup, getting the ball in there, held it to a single.
Great diving attempt nonetheless. So with 1 out, runner on first base, this is Oliver Johnston. Oliver's 0 for 2 today. Takes the breaking ball for strike 1. Sorry. Excuse me, that's Oliver Johnson.
Nice move by Johnson, dodging a little bit of a wild pitch in towards the gut.
Counts 1-1. And sent into center field for a base hit. Athol threatening here in the 5th inning. Got some activity over there in the Panther bullpen.
But we'll say that is Carter Gary. That's doing a little bit of warm up.
I've got Carter Gary. I think you're right. Yes, you are correct, sir.
Tough thing going around. I actually asked a little bit why the shallow bench for Pioneer today for this game, and it looks like the way Pioneer functions is that if all the players are around middle school, the middle school team, the JV team, if they're around, there's kind of a bring up from those to the next level. But if they're all off having away games, this is what the Pioneer bench is otherwise. Getting the lead runner at third.
That was Cooper Smith. He's on with a fielder's choice. Nice play by Brody Welcome to cut down the lead runner over there at third. Two outs, runners on first and second. That is a short bench today. But that is Carter Gary warming up. This is Dominic St. Andre. Takes strike one. He's 0 for 2 today. Just missed outside. St. Andre grounded out to shortstop in the first inning and then fouled out to Evan Tipeniuk in the third. Welcome's got it. I think he tried to tag the runner, couldn't quite do it.
That's exactly what he did. He was really trying to line things up on the baseline, get the tag instead of going to the base. But he just kind of got tripped up on himself and couldn't get the geometry right, and everyone's safe on base.
Athol with the bases loaded with 2 out. Here's Enyart Cepeda. Good block by Hanono behind the plate. Osi brings the heat, 1-1. And foul ball down to third baseline, 1-2. Ripped into left field. 2 Bears are going to score here. 2-run single by Enyart Cepeda. Athol goes on top 5-1.
Definitely a big hit by Cepeda. Had the bases loaded. A good crank into the outfield. Not sure where he was previous at bats, but
Stumpo fields it, touches third. That's going to retire the side. For Athol, 2 runs, 3 base hits, 2 runners left. In the middle of the 5th inning, Athol 5, Panthers 1. Stay with us for more Panther baseball. Coming right up here on BNC TV. Bottom of the 5th inning here in Northfield. Athol opens up a 5-1 lead over the Panthers. This is Asa Stebbins at the plate. Asa was caught looking back in the 2nd inning. He's going to be followed by Tad Loud and Aaron Muse here in the bottom of the 5th. And that's into left field. Base hit for Stebbins. You know, that could be his first varsity base hit, Tyler. I don't know.
It very well could be. But nice job, Asa Stebbins, getting on base.
Top of the order and Tad Loud. Tad takes strike 1. Tad ripped that big double in the 3rd inning, scored the Panthers' only run so far. Takes that one low, 1-1. One ball, 2 strikes. Into center field. That's another base hit for Tad Loud. Center fielder overruns the ball, but Asa Stebbins holds at second base. Panthers, 1st and 2nd with nobody out.
You know, that fielding from the center fielder is making me think. There's been several instances throughout this game in the outfield where a little bit of overrunning of the ball and whatnot, and I would say that just the after the rain we had over the weekend, this grass is enormously thick and making it it's pretty long too. As Hodis would say, it could very well be a hayfield out there and making it very difficult to get the scoop that you're looking for.
Well, it almost looks like there's a muddy area. Like if we look beyond Maddox Green here into center field, it looks like the turf is, and that's into right field for a base hit. Stebbins held up at 3rd. Panthers have the bases loaded.
Panthers coming in hard for the bottom of the 5th inning, really getting those bats going, and now being behind by 4 instead of 2 like they were last inning. They're going to really need to make something happen this inning.
And now with nobody out, Alex Levine is going to have to face the meat of the Pioneer batting order. Evan Tippenyuk going to get it started here. Bases loaded, nobody out. One's outside. One and 0 on the Panther first baseman. That's sliced into right field. That's going to drop in for extra bases. Ball rolls under the fence. It's going to be a ground rule double for Evan Tippenyuk. 2 Panther runners score. It's 5-3.
Well, Lou, this game is far from over. Pioneer scoring those 2, still no outs. Got 2 runners in scoring position. Well, the lead run is coming up to bat, which is Brody Welcome. You know, it's this is definitely right where Pioneer wants to be right now. And
Well, I'll agree with you. All four batters who've been to the plate here in the fifth inning have hit the ball hard. And there are still nobody out here. Panthers with 3 runs on the board. ET's got all 3 runs batted in today.
Five to four? Oh, okay.
And conference broken up on the mound. Alex Levine still has the baseball. As Tyler said, here's Brody Welcome. Takes that one up high for ball 1. Panthers with runners on second and third, nobody out. That's ripped into left field. Tippeniuk rounds third. We got a tie ball game. 2 big runs batted in for Brody Welcome. It's 5-5.
Boy, that is exactly what the Panthers wanted. And Brody Welcome, definitely there's a reason why he's in the meat of the batting order. Definitely a power hitter. And when he sees his pitch, he's going to crank it deep, and not just deep, but he does a great job of finding those pockets that the ball's going to drop.
Here's Hodis. Still nobody out. Runner on first base. Whole new ball game, 5-5. Hodis rips that one into left field. That's a base hit. Panthers continuing the offensive onslaught here in the 5th inning.
Would say this is very reminiscent of that opening top of the 1st inning for the Bears. And their bats were really working hard, and you're looking like the total opposite of that. You know, Pioneers really getting their bats working in the bottom of the 5th.
Yeah, we're going to have a pitching change here. After the first 6 Panthers all reach base here in the 5th inning. 6 big base hits so far, 4 runs across. Still 2 runners on base. Not sure who's going to be coming in, but Tyler, we couldn't get this done without our sponsors.
No, this was, if you didn't lead into it, I was going to. Pitch and Change is always a perfect opportunity to run through the sponsors without feeling the need to rush, because normally when we talk about anything else, that's when the action happens and cuts us off early. But yeah, this game, whether it be out at Cooperstown or any other on-the-road games or just right here at home, we wouldn't be able to bring you these spring sports, softball and baseball, without our wonderful sponsors, local businesses that have paired up with BNCTV to bring you this spring sports action. Of course, we're talking Sam Browning Jr. Trucking, Sweet Lucy's Bakeshop, Works LTD, the tree experts, Wiggin Hydroseeding, Zilinksi HVAC, DiGeorge Builders right here in Bernardston, and Greenfield Cooperative Bank. So happy to be partnered up with those sponsors, and so thankful that they're supporting their local public access station to be able to cover these sports, but of course, more importantly, being able to provide this program and support these local high school athletes. And whether or not you're watching this in the Pioneer Valley Regional School area or down the road east in Athol, so happy to have you with us tuning into this game.
Absolutely, and sincere thanks to our sponsors. So the new pitcher is Eli Ween, who was catching. Not sure.
It's a rare change.
Yeah, it is. Not sure if that is Alex Levine going behind the plate. We have to wait and see what number is on the catcher's jersey. Oh no, because number 7's right in front of us.
Yep, in the field. So
number 2 was the shortstop. He's over there. 13's the first baseman. He's over there. I think we're going to try the process of elimination, Tyler.
Well, it's the only way we can do it unless
yeah, I don't see number
catcher
8.
lets a ball go by or fouls to the backstop.
Yeah, looks like Levine is taking over at second base, and yeah, the strapping is on that single-digit number, so I think that is Ethan Hewer behind the plate now.
Well, until we gather more information, that is exactly who it is.
Intel. It's all about the intel. This is Mauricio Hinono at the plate. He takes Eli Ween's first pitch for a strike. Panthers ready with 4 big runs here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Runners on first and second, nobody out. Fly ball out to center field. Cepeda's there, he's got it. Runners hold for Pioneer, there's 1 out. O.C. Ballard, Panther pitcher, steps up. O.C.'s 0 for 2 today. Takes that big 12-6 curveball for a strike.
Definitely had me fooled on it.
Not our home plate umpire, Tyler. Shortstop St. Andre's got it. Throws it over to first base. Runners advance. Panthers runners on second and third with 2 out. Brings up Tommy Clary. Tommy's 0 for 2 on the day. Was outside. Good catch by Hewer behind the plate. Inside 2-0. Tommy Clary, 9th batter of the inning for Pioneer. He's got runners on second and third. High and away, 3-0. High ball 4, ball gets away from the catcher. Brody Welcomes in with the go-ahead run on the wild pitch.
And now we got runners on the corners.
With 2 out. Here's Asa Stebbins, got things started with that single. Tenth batter of the inning. Takes that one low. Strike three, runners caught leaning off third base. He's out at the plate. Otis might have twisted something there. Nope, he's okay. And that's going to retire the side for the Panthers. 5 big runs on 6 base hits. 1 runner left after 5 complete. Panthers 6, Athol 5. Stay with us for more Panther baseball here on BNC TV. We're getting ready for the top of the 6th inning, and that last put out, score that 2-5-2 if you're scoring at home.
Now, that was most certainly the inning Pioneer needed. Get themselves back in this, get the energy going, see if they can defensively keep that rally going. Hold this 1-run lead they have.
This will be a pivotal inning for them. Starts off with Aiden Lashua. First pitch swinging, ET's got it. Looks like the umpire called it out on a line drive, but nevertheless, ET ran over, touched the bag himself.
I suppose sometimes it's tough. You know, there's no whistle to call the end of a play, right? So you just want to...
That's all we need, umpires with whistles.
And I guess technically we'll call that a double tap for Evan.
But it doesn't count for 2 outs.
No.
Here's Alex Levine. Alex was a starting pitcher for Athol. Moved over to second base last inning. He takes the first one outside for a ball. That one just missed, 2-0. Setting up my strike zone here on the monitor, Tyler.
What's up?
Setting my strike zone here.
Oh.
That one misses inside, 3-0. OC can't get too fancy here. He's got a 1-run lead now. He's got to let his defense work the magic for him. 3-1. Levine taking all the way there. Pounded into the ground. Welcome charges. He's got it. Over to Tipeniuk. We've got 2 away.
I must say, things just kind of look like they've flipped since the beginning of the game. I mean, Athol just came out so strong and really, you know, set a tone. And let Pioneer know, hey, you got to wake up for this game. And, took them a little bit of shaking, but they're definitely awake in this inning.
This is Ethan Hewer. He's now the catcher for Athol. 2-0. Yeah, momentum's a crazy thing in sports, Tyler. And you can definitely see it is switched in the Panthers' favor. Hewer sends a long fly ball. Hodes with an amazing diving catch in center field to retire the side.
Well, that energy, as we were just talking about it, crazy catch by Hodes.
Folks, if you're watching on YouTube, rewind and watch that one again. Holy cow, what a catch. That's going to retire the side for Athol. 3 up, 3 down in the 6th, nothing across. We are in the middle of inning number 6 here in Northfield. Panthers on top 6-5. Don't go anywhere. More exciting Panther baseball in a moment here on BNC TV. Get the bottom of the 6th inning started with Asa Stebbins. He got things started last inning for Pioneer. He rips that first one out to left field. Elijah Etienne is there to put that away.
Boy, nice catch. Good positioning. He was right underneath that from the start.
Back to the top of the Panther batting order. This is Tad Loud. Tad's 2 for 2 today. Also had a base on balls way back in the 1st inning. Eli Ween still on the mound for Athol. Made some minor wholesale changes last inning. Loud takes that one up and in, 2-0. Ween took over on the mound after he had started the game as the catcher for the Bears. Ethan Hewer moved from second base behind the plate. And starting pitcher Alex Levine He's now playing second base. 2-1 on Tad Loud. Good location by Ween, 2-2. And it's a soft line drive to Alex Levine at second base. 2 out here in the Panther 6th. Brings up Aaron Muse. Aaron kept the train moving along in the 5th inning with a well-timed single. Pitch drops inside. That's strike 1. Quickly 0-2 on Muse. He's got a piece of that to stay alive. And I'm noticing, Tyler, the Panther bench is very vocal, as it's been the last couple of games. We didn't really hear that a lot in the early stages of the season.
Well, we'll say a few games ago when it was snowing out, I think all you could hear was teeth chattering. But even early on in that, yeah, I think they've settled as a team.
Aaron got around on that one. Pulled it foul down the left field line. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Held off 2-2. I am happy to report no hand warmers today.
Oh, nice, nice. Yeah, it is short sleeve shirt, short sleeve pants. As long as the wind dies down, I'm pretty comfortable myself.
Another foul ball down the left field line. Muse just a little bit in front of those pitches. Full count.
Foul
Just
tip.
got a piece of that one. Just enough to stay alive. Count remains 3-2.
Hey, he's doing a great job of protecting his strike zone.
Another foul ball.
You know, now this is making me think, you know, what is the record for most pitches thrown to one batter during one at bat?
And the wind certainly took that one.
Yeah, the catcher was definitely kind of running around in circles. Not, I don't think, not because he couldn't get a beat on the ball, but just because the ball kept changing its mind up in the air. And feeling the gust coming at me right now, that must have been what was pushing it to and fro. Yeah, I'm gonna have to see if I can look that up in between innings.
Yeah, I know some major league at bats have gone 10, 11, 12 pitches. But at the high school level, I couldn't tell you, Tyler. It is rare, I know that. Called strike 3. That's going to retire the side. Great pitch by Eli Ween. 3 up, 3 down for the Panthers. Nothing across after 6 complete. Panthers on top, 6-5. Don't go anywhere. The exciting 7th inning is just ahead here on BNC TV. Well, here we are, top of the 7th.
Well, and I did that research, Lou.
Did you now?
Yes.
Tell me
I looked
more.
it up. So we were talking about the most pitches to a single batter. And in Major League Baseball, that happened in 2018 between San Francisco Giants and LA Angels. 21 pitches to one batter. And that included, it was a 13-minute at-bat, 16 fouls, and ended with a fly out.
That is crazy. I've been aware of 10, 11, 12 pitch at-bats, but 21 you said?
21.
My goodness. My arm got tired just thinking about that.
and you think about all the camera work, all the play-by-play, all the getting the throw back, resetting on the mound.
Eli Ween rips one into left field for a base hit. Athol has their leadoff batter on here in the 7th.
Well, that is the kind of start when you're trailing by 1 in the 7th inning. That is exactly the kind of start that you want in your last at-bat. Or could be last at-bat.
And the Bears do have the meat of their batting order here. This is the cleanup hitter, Oliver Johnson. Excuse me to his family. I added a T earlier on.
Well, it could be my doctor-like script.
Fly ball out to center field. Hodis is there to put it away. Bluffs the throw to first. Gets the ball back in. And that'll bring up Cooper Smith, the first baseman. Cooper reached on a fielder's choice back in the 5th inning. Before that, he walked and grounded out to the pitcher. Takes ball 1 outside. Soft grounder. Ossie's got it. Over to E.T. There's 2 out. Runner advances to second base on the ground out. Brings up shortstop Dominic St. Andre.
Well, understandably, a little talk on the mound. You do have 2 outs, but you do have the tying run in scoring position.
Panthers have discussed the strategy, recalibrated as it were. 2 outs here in the top of the 7th. Big sweeper for strike 1. Ground ball up the middle for a base hit. Runner circles third. He's out at home. Hodes with the throw from center field. Hinono with the big tag, and that's the ball game.
Wow, what a way to end that game. Big throw from center field.
Yeah, I was watching that play, and I have to admit I was a little surprised that the runner went on that, because it was not a deep base hit. You know, he apparently, or the third base coach, thought it was deep enough. But what a finish to this ball game after the Panthers trailed for most of the afternoon. That big 5 spot in the 5th inning gives them the 6-5 win. O.C. Ballard goes the distance for Pioneer on the mound. And that was really a great defensive game more than anything else today for Pioneer. Hodes, what can you say about him? And that big fly ball that he caught to retire the side in the 6th inning. I put a star on that next to my scorecard. Just a great defensive day all the way around. After Athol had chalked 3 runs up early on, a couple of good defensive innings featured by that 1-3 pitch inning in the 4th. Athol battled back, got a couple more runs in the 5th, but Pioneer was nails in the field in the 6th and 7th innings, and they take this one 6-5.
Boy, what a tense game. And, you know, it definitely shook me up watching that first inning and seeing, you know, Athol just really showed up at the beginning. They came out strong. And I think they shook Pioneer, and maybe shook them a little too hard, because Pioneer woke up, you know, later on in the game and really came in hard and just flipped the script and came out with a 6-5 win. And, you know, totally different than the previous time that they met them. You know, Pioneer really took it to Athol really hard on their home turf, but Athol was not going to go quietly this game and really made Pioneer work for that win.
Yeah, it was you know, just a good defensive effort. And really, if you take that 5 spot away, Athol really dominated a lot of this baseball game today. You know, they've come a long way and have really improved their lot over the last week or 10 days of the season. They started off really having a tough time of it, but you know, even though they're 2-2 in their last 4, they're not getting blown out at all. So, Tyler, when are we going to be back here on BNC TV?
Oh, that is a good question.
Because I'm checking the schedule right now. I should have done this before.
I'm checking mine. Well, it's all boys this week because next time we're here at home is on Friday. The boys will be hosting Franklin Tech here, and that's Friday at 4 p.m. Of course, as always, weather permitting. Things look survivable, both for us and the equipment. We'll be back out here Friday afternoon at 4 p.m. where the Panthers will host the Franklin Tech Eagles. Girls have been on the road since last week, and let's see, there's still more to look up. I just haven't updated my calendar this week
Tyler, I've got Friday, May 8th as a 6 o'clock start. Is that
6 o'clock?
Could that be senior day already? Senior night?
I don't know if it's probably not senior night, but if it's at 6 o'clock, I'm looking at my Google Calendar, which is at the beginning of the season on like March 1st. That's when I start filling it in. So it's entirely possible the time has changed since then. So yeah, I'll update my calendar. But if you're looking at Arbiter, you're probably in the right as far as the start time.
Yep, the Franklin Tech Eagles will be here 6 o'clock on Friday night.
Hopefully it's a warm evening for a night game. We are getting into that season. Looking forward to the drama and the excitement that is playing under the lights. It's always a fun time.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, and the girls softball, Tuesday they're at Smith Folk, Wednesday at Ware, and they finish up their road trip on Friday out in Lee before they return home on Wednesday, May 13th. Also a 6 o'clock game when Gateway comes to town. Final score here today in Northfield. Pioneer 6, Athol 5. Great ball game.
And I always like to have this opportunity when I can to sound exactly like your usual Major League athletics. Coming up after the ball game, Northfield annual town meeting happening right here at Pioneer Valley Regional High School, and that'll be broadcast at 7 p.m. So any opportunity to talk about programming coming up after the game, we'll be bringing that to you live. If you can't make it here to vote or anything like that, but want to keep up on the comings and goings and yays or nays of the town warrant, you can take a peek at that. It'll be broadcast at 7 p.m. both on our YouTube channel and on 1075 HD. But thank you, Lou. I think you were going to close out with that, but definitely want to throw in that tidbit.
I don't blame you a bit. That is an important thing. I know Bernardston had their town meeting last week. A lot of important articles on the Bernardston warrant. I'm sure there are a lot of important ones on the Northfield one as well. So people, get out and do your civic duty. If you're a registered voter, like Tyler said, town meeting here in Northfield tonight starts at 7 o'clock. As for us, though, for BNC TV Sports, for the executive producer of Bernardston-Northfield Community Television, Mr. Tyler Borbo, I am Lou Bordeaux, thanking you for your time this time. And until next time, so long from Northfield.